Hey guys, if you are a music producer or a DJ, you should absolutely be incorporating exercise as part of a daily routine. And in this video, I'm going to be going over a topic on how to do just that. If you're a beginner and have not started exercise, today I'm going to be going over how to choose exercises, okay? Let's break it down. There's really two main exercises. You have compound exercises, and then you have isolation exercises. And so depending on what kind of routine that you want to do, you're going to be having more of one type versus another. So what's the difference? Compound exercise just means that you're working multiple joints. A prime example of this is a squat. I'm going to be going out of frame, but if I do a squat, I'm going to be working muscles at different joints. So I'm going to be working my thighs, I'm going to be working my calves, I'm going to be working my butt. And so a compound exercise is any exercise that involves multiple joints. Another example would be like a bench press. So if you had a bar and you're, pushing up and down, again, if we think about, we got the shoulder, we got the elbow, wrist doesn't really move a whole lot, but we got definitely elbow and shoulder. So again, we have multiple joints. So that would be a compound exercise. So then what would be an isolation exercise? So an isolation exercise would be an exercise where you're just moving one joint. A prime example of this would be a bicep curl. So if you're just doing a bicep curl, the only thing that is typically moving, if you're just doing a standard bicep curl, is your elbow. And so that makes it an isolation exercise. Another example of that would be a leg extension machine. You can't see my legs right now, but if you're just kicking out on one of those leg extension machines, or if you have an ankle weight or anything of the sort, you're just extending your knee. And you're just moving at that joint to work, say, your quad muscles, the muscles of your thigh. So when would you choose one or another? It kind of depends, which is maybe not the best answer, but let's dive into it a little bit. So I would say that if you are looking more for a strength routine or even muscle size, actually no, let's just do strength. So if you're doing a strength routine, then you're going to want to do primarily compound movements. So things such as squats, deadlifts, bench press, military press, bent rows, things that challenge multiple joints if you want to do strength. And if you don't know what those exercises are, just say so in the comments and I can make a whole video on what those are and what they would be useful for. If you're looking more for hypertrophy, you're probably going to have kind of a mix between the two. So you're going to have those compound exercises like the bench press and rows, but you're going to have isolation exercises too, such as tricep press, leg extensions, bicep curls, things of that nature to help with building muscle in specific regions. Then if we move on to endurance, so let's say you're training more for endurance, there's a chance you're probably going to be doing more isolation exercises. So again, you don't have to do all isolation, but you might be focusing more on strictly bicep curls, tricep extensions, leg curls, things of that nature. But no matter what you choose, you should always have some compound exercises just because they're typically more functional. Like a leg curl, a leg curl, so bringing your heel towards your butt, in and of itself isn't necessarily like the most functional exercise in the world, but it's a great adjunct if you have weak hamstrings, the muscles of the back of your thigh. But something like a push-up or a row, or even a squat's probably one of the most functional exercises that you do just because you do it every day when you go to sit in a chair. So compound exercises are just a little more functional and they translate into kind of just day-to-day activities to make things more easier and more effective. So I hope that is helpful for you. So in a nutshell, if you're doing more strength exercises, you're probably going to be doing more compound movements going all the way to endurance. You're probably going to be doing less of the compound movements and more of the isolation exercise. But no matter what category that you're doing, you should always probably have some compound movements. All right, so I hope that was helpful for you if you are kind of getting started with exercise. And if you do have comments on other topics that I should discuss, then definitely leave them in the comments below. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, subscribe, because I'm going to be doing more videos like this as well as other related videos for music producers and DJs. And until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video.